Hello Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here and bringing your fiery energy into my tarot space. This is Shasha Rishi and let's consult the Oracle. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I am Shasha_Crow on Instagram. That's the best place to find me. I'm just going to check in and see which deck would like to read for you today. I had a feeling it was going to be this one, Wandering Star. Definitely Wandering Star it is. You are the Wandering Star of the Zodiac. Let's just give that a knock. Wonderful. So this reading is a timeless reading. It's the first I'm doing for Sagittarius in my first ever round of readings for YouTube. I've been reading for quite a few years now, just haven't done it in a YouTube format. It's been personal readings I've been doing and tarot events, and I wanted to put some energy into the online space as well, maybe because I have some particular part of me in Sagittarius that means that I love to travel, and I'd like to be able to have something online that means I can still be connected to my clients and followers even when I am not in a specific location. So thank you so much again for being here. Let's find out, spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Sagittarius, please bring forth the messages that Sagittarius needs to hear today. So this is for a collective of Sagittarius. It's not going to resonate for everyone. So if you need to, if you need to leave this behind and not think about it, it's not working for you, it's not resonating for you, please go ahead. That's fine. If, however, you do enjoy the reading, please like, subscribe, and maybe forward to a Sagittarius friend. I'm trying to grow this channel and I appreciate your support. It's pointless without you. So you are a very, very fundamental part of this channel. Oh, here we go. You've got some pretty powerful cards here, Sagittarius. Oh my word. Wow, cards are dying to read for you. Ooh, we've got your card as well. Whoop. Okay, I'm going to honor this. I've got two. You won't believe this when we come to the outcome card. I don't know if you can actually see that from there, but it's a really fun combination. All right, I do love this deck, the Wandering Star. It was handed to me absently by a lady in a spiritual shop, and I was just like, are you suggesting this to me? And she was like, oh no, I just picked it up and handed it to you. I was like, quite clearly this is from Spirit. So I got the deck and I do not regret it. It is absolutely beautiful, as you'll see as we go along. So the middle card in your reading, Sagittarius, is the World. Can you believe? This is about coming to the completion of a cycle. It's also about reaping rewards and, you know, having the whole world as your oyster. So it's a really wonderful energy to begin this reading. It's crossed by the Two of Cups. So there is some sense of coming into a partnership with someone or strengthening an existing bond. There is a greater sense of peace and harmony as well. So maybe there are parts of yourself that have integrated or that are integrating, coming together and finding their balance within you. Let me just show you the World, because it is a really lovely card. And then the Two of Cups crossing. I mean, there's really nothing bad there at the center of your spread, nothing challenging at all. It's a new door opening to peace and quite possibly prosperity. I'll move on to that in a minute. So in the recent past, we've got the Hierophant in reverse. So whatever these structures, and particularly spiritual or religious structures that were around you in the past, you have turned them on their head. So you are making your own way, basically, in the world. You are finding how to integrate all the parts of yourself with the Two of Cups, and you are blazing a trail, because what we have is wish fulfillment. So whatever it is that you're wishing for, got to pull my sleeves up here, whatever it is that you're wishing for, it will be coming to you in the very near future. That fulfillment that you're looking for, whether it, well, I mean, it always comes from an internal source before an external source, but the things on the outside start to reflect the inside as you cultivate and nurture that inner fulfillment. So happiness, feeling more vitality, just feeling this sense of well-being. You may also have some kind of indulgent experience as well, some really indulgent experience. Maybe you've started something new, a new form of self-care, and this is becoming a habit, and you're really, you know, having this incredible experience of being more satisfied with the experiences you're having on a day-to-day basis. So at the root of the spread, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And she is all about stability, abundance, fertility. So it's quite possible that you may be able to bring some new creative energy to whatever you're doing at the moment, and that you will be accruing a loyal following. You will be accruing financial gain from it. Not in a, you know, not in a, what's the word, mercenary kind of sense. I don't think that's the right word. But in a sense that the work that you're putting into the world is coming back to you to support you with resources of whatever type it is that you need. And I just had a sentence pop into my head, which was, I don't do it for the money, or I don't need the money. You may well not do it for the money, you may not need the money, but are you open and receptive to that support coming in from the universe? Can you say yes to being paid? Can you say yes to being popular? Can you say yes to being loved, basically? Queen of Pentacles, beautiful. And then the overriding energy is the Mother Star. So if you have been wondering at all, is this the right time? Am I on the right path? What is this new cycle that I'm moving into? Am I just like making it up as I go along? Am I pretending to be something I'm not? This card says yes to, not that you're pretending. This card says, yes, you can be everything you want to be, and you can find the fulfillment that you have been craving and looking for. Whether you realize or not that you've been reaching for it, reaching for the stars, you have a benevolent influence watching over you, a great mother watching over you from the stars, from the sky. Maybe you are one of those people who feel that they come from another galaxy, and this card is here to say, yes, I am watching over you. You will make it, and not only will you make it, you will thrive. So, Sagittarius, take that, if you can, into your heart and hold it there. Let that be a part of your makeup, that kind of core belief of I'm being watched over, I am being protected, I am loved. Moving into the Self card, we've got the Three of Wands in reverse, which suggests that there is a certain sense of maybe like a pause in the adventure, or perhaps just a pause before the positive results of whatever work and plans you've been making actually come in. So maybe you've paused work, maybe you're taking a break, maybe you're having a holiday, and this is something that is going to be extremely beneficial to you. We will pull another card on top of that one. In the environment area, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. So pages are a communication of sorts. A page of wands would be good news, and it would be coming through strongly. Perhaps you're waiting for some news. There does seem to be a little bit of waiting here. Perhaps you're waiting for some news about a booking that you've made, or about where you're going to go next, or about the go ahead for a project. And you are essentially, you're a Sagittarius, so likelihood is you're not going to want to wait for things. Fire signs generally, particularly Aries, but a little bit Sagittarius perhaps. If you're typical, would like to move forwards strongly, powerfully, intentionally. As soon as you have the idea, you want to move it forwards. 3 of Wands says you might need to wait a little bit. Page of Wands in reverse says that you haven't got all the information yet. So just wait until all that information comes in for you. Then we have the 8 of Wands in the upright position in the hopes and fears. So hopes and fears, upright, reverse, doesn't make any difference. We've got both aspects of this card coming through in that position. So this is this is your card. Look, we have the Archer, and the 8 of Wands is moving swiftly towards something. It can indicate travel. So there may be some additional travel. I say additional as though you've already traveled. I'm making an assumption there. But if you have been traveling, moving, or whether that travel is literally geographically, or whether that travel is more internal, so a personal journey, internal journey, inward journey, or, you know, moving, progressing forwards in a career or job or business. Your hope is that there is more travel, and this also inherently holds a little bit of good news in it, as well as the Page of Wands. So there is this waiting for good news. You want the good news to arrive so you can go off on the travels or move everything forwards in the way that you want to. And I don't doubt, because it has actually come up in that upright position, I feel it quite positively on the hope side rather than the fears side. Obviously there's always going to be a question mark. But if we're not being fearful about that, then all of the good energy of the world is definitely going to be coming through. I'll pull again cards along this line just to clarify about any actions or attitudes that you need to take in order to facilitate that moving forwards of things. It may just be circumstances need to drop into position, and that means a little bit of a waiting game, but I don't foresee it being a long wait, because there's this immense sense of satisfaction. So either you're okay waiting, or it's going to come through fairly swiftly and the wait is going to be negligible. So this was what was amusing me. In the outcome position, we have the Moon in reverse and the Star in the upright position. I love this for you. So the Moon in reverse to me is in this combination specifically. Like normally I'd say Moon in reverse would be a bit like, what are you hiding from yourself? What are you not seeing? What are you avoiding? However, when it's next to the Star in the upright, I think there's a sense of the shadow work that you've been doing, the integration, the personal integration that you've been doing is, you know, is settling now. That's not to say it's all done, because when is it ever all done? But you've integrated some stuff, and now is the time for you to shine more brightly, to be seen in the world, and really reap everything that you've sown on an energetic front, and even, you know, on a financial and physical front. So this is just a time for you to be the star. You are the star of your own life. You're the star of your own movie. Be out there. Don't be embarrassed to show yourself. You know, if you're, I just felt show your body. And I don't obviously want that to come across sounding like you need to show your body, because there's so much objectification in the world and on social media. But if you've achieved something, for example, or if you have body art, or, you know, there are things that you would love to show off that comes naturally to you, show it off. It is a part of who you are, and you are a living embodiment of what people are going to come to you for, if that makes sense. That works if you kind of have a business or a job role where being visible, say you're an actress, for example, or an actor, if you are called to be visible and your physical appearance is a part of that, whatever form or shape that takes, proudly present it, because whatever you are experiencing physically, you have that to offer in the work that you do. And again, I'm not judging any type of, I'm not saying it needs to be any kind of specific body type or anything like that, but whatever you are visually is important here. So if you're like, do you know what, I really feel like I'd like to get my nails done before this event, but it feels a bit self-indulgent, get the nails done, get them done. Maybe that's what this waiting is for, just so you can prepare yourself in a way that is meaningful to you. Have the hair trimmed, have a blowout, you know, whatever it is you need to do to feel like that star. And this is just for you, not for anyone else. It will make you feel more positive, more bright, and more vibrant when you go into your day-to-day thing, whatever it is that you do. So let's just do a few clarifications. Not that, I think it's that. So it's the Dreamy Moons coming through to clarify. We're going to clarify, this is all really just very beautiful. So I don't think we need to clarify anything there, but we're going to clarify the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands particularly. What's the communication that you're waiting for? What can you do to facilitate the new stuff coming in? Or do you just need to take a break right now? So we'll go on the Three of Wands first of all. The energy of that. The ship's coming in. The adventures knocking at the door. The new adventures knocking at the door. Spirit, what's the energy that Sagittarius needs to embody at this time around their self situation? Okay. So there is some more mastery, and this is very interesting actually. This is very much a recipe. There are more things. It's not a magician card, but in this interpretation of the card, we've got someone over a cauldron. There's some magic. There's some magic that's needed. The Eight of Stars is often a card of kind of further education and personal development. But there is this sense that you're concocting something. So maybe you just need to do some planning, more planning. You need to go back to the Two of Wands and do some more detailed planning around what it is that you want to come into you. What are the areas that you want to push out into, sail out, the horizons that you want to sail towards. Maybe some time of reflection and learning any, you know, additional skills. Maybe take a course in something. Yeah, I think with the Hermit in reverse here on top of that Eight of Stars, it's not that you need to hide away again. I say again, I don't know why I say again. It's not that you need to hide away, because we've got the Star card, we've got two stars here. It's not that you need to hide away, it is that you need to fully present yourself, but you just also need to be learning on the job. Learning on the job, that is what I'm getting from that. Right, so Page of Wands in reverse. What's the information you're waiting for? How can you best facilitate what you need coming in? Okay, the World in reverse. The words that came into my mind were narrow it down. And it's almost the same as this kind of, oh, we've got another one there. Almost the same as this kind of going back to the Two of Wands from the Three of Wands. The World in reverse is saying you're not 100% ready to enter the new cycle. All the elements are not quite there yet. We've got the Queen of Crystals in reverse, which suggests to me that soft communication is important. Don't be hard on yourself, don't be hard on others if that's a temptation. If you're verbally quite, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but if you're kind of verbally a little bit caustic, then maybe pull it back a little bit, because there's going to be some hesitation with people to communicate with you if what they expect from you is a little bit harsh. And the Queen of Crystals can be a little bit harsh. So if you're tired and you're in the mood for truth telling, now may not be the time for doing that. Allow yourself the rest and the recuperation and the peace and the harmony that you need through all of this central stuff before maybe communicating your message. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Before you communicate your message with others, maybe you are thinking of writing something. Think about the heart with which you are presenting this message. We have another one that's come out. It's the Empress. Yeah, so the Empress is an incredibly nurturing card. It is very fertile, creative, and maternal, actually. So there's a big, strong feminine energy here in contrast to the Queen of Crystals in reverse. Queen of Crystals to me is like the least feminine queen. But that doesn't mean to say that, you know, there's anything wrong with her, but in reverse, she's not at her best. And the Empress is calling for you to embody more of a feminine archetype. Be softer, be more yielding, be receiving. That's not to say you should take any nonsense. Queen of Swords in the upright would be very discerning and saying this, not that, and don't even talk to me like that, or, you know, this is the truth of the situation. The Queen of Swords in reversed is going to be a little bit more harsh. And at this time, you need to be soft with yourself, and that is going to come through in you being soft with others. So let's see. I really don't think I need anything extra pulled on the moon and the star, but if there's any additional messages for Sagittarius, please. We've got the 10 of Stars, and then at the bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Okay, so it looks like you're working to build your kingdom, build your legacy here. And there's a union that is important in this, whether that's a union with a partner that you're currently with, or a union of the energies within yourself, so finding some moderation between masculine and feminine. But there is this sense that you are building your perfect life. I know that perfect life doesn't exist and there's never a kind of an end point, but we can be constantly evolving that vision as we go along. So Sagittarius, I'm really happy with this reading for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do click like, subscribe, even the notification bell if you'd like to know every time I post a reading. And please share this with your friends if you have any Sagittarian friends. I've loved reading with you. I've done nearly all of the signs now. I just have Cancer and Leo to do. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Help me grow the channel by subscribing, and I will see you on the next reading.